Kenya's Gold.
A very, very good evening, viewers, and thank you so much for making time to join us this evening on our daily agricultural class right here at Kenya's Gold. And what a fantastic week we have had so far. From Monday, we were learning so much about chili farming in Kenya, and we learned that the hotter the chili, yani ile pilipili ambayo iko na ukali zaidi, that is the one that fetches the highest prizes in the international market. On Tuesday, right here in studio, we did have a baraza ya wakulima wa avocado to talk so much about the outbreak of a pest called pasture mite that is affecting our avocado production here in Kenya. Yesterday, on Wednesday, we converted our studio into a mini hotel. Kulikuwa na masmoky sausage hapa kwa studio, learning so much about value addition when it comes to pig farming here in Kenya. And even today on Thursday, tumekuja na ubaya. Tuko na mashamra hapa kwa studio. You know us, we don't play when it comes to all matters agriculture. I'm very sure you're wondering who's our guest here. Kunaendaje hapa kwa meza? You'll get to find out shortly. Once again, a very good evening, viewers. Thank you so very much for making time to join us from whichever part of the country or the world that you are watching us from. It feels absolutely great to be in your company this Thursday evening. My name is Violetta Ngina, or the International Mkulima.
Kenya's Gold.
Right, now moving on to the agenda of the day. Every single Thursday for the last few weeks, we have been focusing on coffee farming in Kenya. And you know, coffee is one of those products that wakulima wetu wanaita green gold because of the money that is in the coffee sector. So far, tulianzia safari kutoka kwa wale ambao wanatengeneza mbegu. We spoke to the seed propagators. Tukaenda kwa wakulima wenyewe. We interacted in the farm. We learned so much about the different varieties. Kama ni SL28, kama ni SL34, kama ni Ruiru 11, kama ni Batian. All that was unpacked here on the program. Hatukumalizia safari yetu hapo because we also went to the factory to learn so much about the wet processing of coffee. Ile process ambao tunaisokwa maji, we do the pulping, we do the fermentation, we do the drying, and then we went all the way to the milling station and we graded our coffee and it was ready to be exported to the international market. Now today we will be continuing with our journey on how coffee gets to the international market. Lakini before that coffee goes there, lazima tupime quality because the expectations that the buyer are looking out for is good quality. And our expert in studio today, we do have with us Mr. Martin Makau, who is a kappa or a coffee quality controller all the way from Novel Blooms Limited. Thank you so much, Martin, for being with us on the program today.
Thank you so much.
Naona umejiami uko na apron na vitu vyako. You want to teach us so much about the quality of coffee.
Definitely, yeah.
So they call you a kappa, professional kappa. Nyinyi wale watu ambao mnafanya
Yeah, sure.
Ebu fanya just sample kamoja ndo mtu aelewe. You can even do it with just what cup do we have that has something there? Ndo mtu kwanza aelewe kappa. Hiyo sauti ambayo anatengeza when they are sampling coffee.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
So the process, the sound which is made when you are tasting coffee, actually is called slapping.
Slapping.
You slap. So you push the coffee, then you spray it on the top of your mouth palate.
All right.
So that you can feel all the flavors at once.
Okay.
So this is how you do. So this is coffee. We are going to brew the coffee.
Yes.
But I'm just going to show you how slapping is done. So this is your spittoon. You take your coffee.
What is a spittoon? Usiassume tunaelewa jamani. Kuna watu ambao this is what they're seeing for the very first time.
Yeah.
When he expert hapa so utatupeleka pole pole kidogo, si ndio?
Sawa sawa.
All right. So a spittoon is?
So a spittoon, when you are tasting coffee, you are testing different samples. So you don't want to compromise the taste of the next sample.
So hakuna kumeza.
Hakuna kumeza.
All right.
It has to be, you have to spit it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's hear that sound.
So the sound.
Is it a must that you make that sound? Or is it?
No, actually, it is much better
Right.
if you slap. But there are different ways of testing.
Right.
You can still drink it just direct the way it is.
Right.
Yeah. So it depends on your own preference.
Right.
Yes. So it has been proven when you slap, you're able to feel all the vibrant flavors all at once. Yeah.
So now that nilikuwa nataka all our viewers waelewe yako kasauti ambao cuppers will make when they are tasting coffee na tumambo inaitwa slapping. Now just start by describing who is a cupper. Kazi ya cupper ni kufanya nini na nini na nini when it comes to coffee.
Yeah. So a cupper is basically in a coffee setup. Let's say in a coffee company, is also the head of production. So a cupper can be also a roaster, because you have to know the basics or the science behind coffee roasting, because that is what contributes to the flavors which you are testing.
Right.
So a cupper is a person who has the knowledge and the technical know-how and experience to determine or assess coffee to either market or to determine the quality.
Right.
Yeah.
Not everyone can be a cupper.
Yeah.
I'm very short and jaribu kufanya yako kasauti. Can I use this as my spittoon?
Yeah, you can use the spittoon, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So, just to show you that this is a special skill thing, and I'd want for you to tell me, is it a gift? Is it something you're trained? So.
Yeah, yes.
You're trying to make me feel nice about
you are
myself.
Kappa, you are
Sita
Kappa.
kufukuza kwa kipindi. Sama tu I've done badly.
No, you are good. You are good. You are good.
Right, so hata nimemeza na nilichukua hii. Ooh, that's how bad I am.
So it means when you swallow, the coffee is good.
Okay.
Actually, you put it as cold. You are tempted to swallow. So it means the coffee is very comfortable.
Are you working for a PR somewhere? You're doing well.
Yes.
Right. So not everyone can be that.
Yeah.
Si kila mtu akona hiyo uwezo wa kuonja different types of coffee and they can tell the difference. So what is the skill in there? What happens to your taste? But is it, what do you do to become a cupper? And then later on, we'll get into the different types of coffee. Tuone tofauti iko wapi, si ndio?
Yes, sure.
All right, so what's that special skill? How do you get that to become a cupper?
The special skill is called sensory skills.
Right.
You have to be very good at sensory, and you have to train yourself.
Are you born with it?
No, you're not born with it. You're only born with the basic tasting aspects. You're able to say something which is sweet, which is sour, which is bitter. That is parts of the tongue when you're testing any item. So you are born with those aspects. But how can you tell taste of strawberry in coffee? How can you tell taste of vanilla in coffee? How can you tell taste of blueberry in coffee? So you have to undergo a special training.
Right.
Yep. Where you train yourself and also by practicing for a period of time on how to look for the flavors, like when you are testing. And it requires a lot of focus, no disturbance, very nice aeration, so that you can focus actually on the quality of that coffee.
Right.
Yeah.
So you deal a lot with the international market, looking at what their demands are.
Sure.
Where we are right now.
Yeah.
Wakati wanunuzi wetu from different parts of the world.
Yeah, sure.
You know, they're getting our coffee. First of all, tell us, where are we exporting much of our coffee?
So at the company where I work, we are exporting much of our coffee to Germany.
Right.
We are Far East Asia, that is Korea, Japan. So we're also exporting to the US and also the Arab countries, which is the UAE and also Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Yeah.
So looking at those different countries, what are their demands? What are they looking out for? What do they want to make sure we have ticked in the boxes so that they can say, now this is good coffee, send it to us, we are buying this. What are those qualities that international market is very keen on getting from our coffee? So
what happens is we are talking about Kenyan coffee here. So now that one, it just starts how coffee trading works. So what happens is a buyer is interested in a specific type of coffee. So they will give us the specifics they want. I want Kenyan coffee, which process? They say, I want washed process, which grade? I want this grade. So what happens is we send a reference sample as per what the customer asked. So anaweza itisha kama sample gani? Akiitisha tueleze tu ndo ule mkulima aelewe. Anaweza sema nataka coffee gani? Will they be specific? Waseme nataka SL. What do they ask for? So you can get an order where a client can ask for, I want Arabica coffee from Kenya, grade AA, with a cupping score of 85 and above. Yes. So those are unique. So ESA, that is my work now. So I have to do the quality assessment of that coffee and determine as per the cupping protocols. We are going to talk about the cupping protocols which are there. Right. So I use the Sustainable Coffee Institute. What we are going to see from the coffee form is international.
Hii ni form ambao tutajaza kuangalia
Yes.
kama ina meet the demands of what the buyer wants.
Exactly.
So will you send a sample first ama utatuma tu consignments mingi?
No. You send a sample. We call that a reference sample.
Hiyo sample inakuwa
Yes.
kama kilo ngapi hivi?
Inaweza kuwa like basically what is recommended is something above 200 grams.
Okay.
Can be 200, 500 grams.
All right.
Like this. In
All
terms
right.
of green bean, yeah.
Good. There you go. We are going to pause there for now. Already umesikia wakulima pale International Market will have very specific demands of what they want from their coffee. And later on in the program, Mr. Martin Makau will be taking us through the process of establishing those demands that the client or the buyer is asking for. But before we get to that, wacha turudi kwa feature yetu ambayo tulianza last week. We will be wrapping up with it today. What we're going to be doing is learning about the processes that happen at the airport before our coffee or other agricultural products are exported to the international market. Once the aircraft is ready, we have a team that will come and take it na ipeleke kwa ndege, or how does that work?
Yes, we have got, we are, as a warehouse, we shall prepare it. Then once we prepare it, we shall hand it over to what we call a ramp handler. A ramp handler, this is a person who goes and takes the cargo and loads onto the aircraft.
Right.
Yes.
So ikifika mahali ambapo inaenda, are you notified? And then also is the exporter notified as well? Or also how does that process work?
What will happen is that before it leaves this place, we shall send a message to our counterparts. Let's say it was going to London maybe. We shall not send a message, an electronic message, that it has left on this aircraft so many pieces and total weight of maybe 50 kilos. Then what we do is that we send a message there.
Right.
Once they receive it at the destination, they give us a report. If at all there is a discrepancy, they will notify us there was a discrepancy on this.
Right.
And of course, I believe that the importer on the other side, you communicate to the exporter in Kenya.
Right.
Yes.
Given that coffee is something that we are consuming, that's food, how do you also make sure that the way we have packed it, the way we are taking it into the aircraft, the way it's being handled, it's safe? Because this is something that is going to be consumed. What are those measures put in there to achieve that?
The first one is that we must make sure that the warehouse is not contaminated. Then the storage, we make sure that we have got what we call segregations. You know, these are food items, they should be put here. Then above that, all our staff are trained on food handling because we do a lot of food handling in this job. So we are trained on that.
Right.
And then we go through our annual checks on through the Port Health. That is, they certify that our staff, I mean, the staff are checked and all that before they are certified to order food.
Right.
Yes.
Is there a season where you can say this is a busy season, we're getting a lot of coffee samples, ama it's standard all through the year?
It is standard through the year, throughout
Right.
the year. I mean, it is standard that we have got these samples being sent.
Right.
Yeah, it depends on how the business is.
Right.
Yes.
In case someone brings coffee that they want to export and probably haijafika standard zenyu and you have to reject it at that particular moment, what are those mistakes that could be visible that would make the process halt for a bit?
The first one is, of course, I expect them, they have a booking already.
Yes.
Because that is the first thing they have to do. Then they have got the customs documentation, right? And also all the certificates and from the regulatory bodies. You need to have all the documentation.
Right.
But for us, because most of the shippers have got all this documentation, right? But we should look at the packaging. If we find that it is damaged, we won't accept liability. So we shall tell them, please go and repack, then bring it in. So we have to make sure that the integrity of the packing is observed in this case.
And if I look at here where we are, I can see a bit of activity ongoing. Yes. Maybe you can just describe what is happening and what on the other side of this grey mesh that I can see here.
What happens is that at this point, we are taking the weight of these goods. This is what we shall, we want to be sure that if it is declared as 100 kilos, when it goes to the aircraft, it's 100 kilos.
Right.
You can have somebody, maybe it's over declaring or under declaring. Again, I told you that our liability is based on weight. For a reason or the other, something happens on the way, we have to compensate somebody based on the weight of that consignment.
Right.
And then for the safety of the aircraft, we have to make sure that what we ship is what we weighed.
Right.
The correct weight that we said.
Right.
Apart from that, now all the documentation, whatever we like now, this is 2 tons. This is 229.5.
Yes.
This is how all the documentation you read
Has to have that figure.
that figure 229.
Yes.
And whatever charges we levy here, they'll be based on that weight.
Right.
After we have weighed the goods, we shall then screen here, X-ray screen the goods. There are those which cannot be X-ray screened. We have got other ways of screening it. We can have what we can call explosive trace detector. We have got that can be used. But then if it is supposed can go through X-ray screening, this is where we put it. We have got a screener guy who is there just checking through the profile of the pictures to see what is happening.
Great.
I mean, what is contained in that consignment.
Right.
Yes.
So which countries do we oftenly export our agricultural produce to?
Mostly the European market. Actually, let me say Middle East. And the Middle East and the Europe.
Right.
That is where most bulk of it goes to.
Most of our food.
Most of our food
Na
items.
ukiangalia kahawa specifically hiyo nayo inaenda wapi sana sana?
Europe sana sana.
Europe sana sana.
Although you have seen Asia, the Korea, and China are getting into the picture.
It's a
very
new
much.
market
It's
that
a new
is
market coming up.
Alright.
Yes.
Unajua kuna mtu pengine alikuwa nadhania ndege ambayo watu wanasafiria ndo bado inawekwa mizigo. Hebu mueleze ndo aweze kujua tofauti.
Tuko na aina mbili za ndege.
Yes.
Ya abiria, we got what we call belly cargo. Huko chini tunaweka mizigo. And it could take quite a lot of cargo. Even some will take 30 to 40 tons in the belly.
Right.
Abiria wanakaa juu, mizigo inakaa chini.
Right.
Then we have got what we call freighters. Freighters are purposely built for carrying cargo.
Right.
This one's the biggest now, can carry 110 tons at a go. So they are the freighters and also passenger.
Right.
We have got those two types of aircraft types.
Right.
Yes.
And we're also exporting animals.
Yes, we do. We do export animals. I remember last year, but one we had cows going to Comoros. Then we had another consignment of sheep and goats, although going to the place.
Right.
So but we also receive animals here as well.
Here in the country as
Yes,
well.
yes.
Right. Would you say there is a big market in the coffee space kulingana na vile ambavyo mmekuwa mki export our coffee to the outside market? Kuna mtu anataka kusikia ndo ajue ni kama is this that sector that I can get into? What would you say about our coffee and the international market?
Indeed, there is a big market for coffee. Kenya being a major producer who has got good coffee, we have a lot of coffee going out.
Right.
Yes.
Can we get inside and see what happens past here?
Yeah, we can go in.
All right.
We can go in.
Have a look. I'm good now.
Yeah, you are good now.
All right. So
yeah, you are sterling. That is
so what is happening here?
Here, all these goods are here, are waiting to be shipped. They are waiting for the arrival of the aircraft so that they can be shipped.
Right.
You see, this is what I said. We do the screening. Then after the screening, we put it here for waiting for the respective flights.
Right.
Yes.
So is there a flight going out every day with goods?
Of course, we have a number of flights. We could have up to 10 departures. Although most of them go at night, most of them are leaving at night.
Is there a particular reason why it's that way? Going at night?
Just the schedules. We presume that they want to arrive to destination in the morning.
Oh,
yes,
right.
yeah.
Great.
So that is the reason why we have got such.
So the same way sometimes what tunakuwa na zile delays of our flights when we're traveling to different places. Do we have delays as well when it comes to transporting goods, our agricultural produce?
We have delays. For one reason or another, they could be technical, they could be operational, so we experience such delays.
Right.
But of course, if there is a delay or a cancellation, they'll inform us, don't prepare cargo for this flight, we are delayed, so that they would inform us in good time.
Right.
Yes.
So given that most of the food, is very highly perishable,
yes,
what are those standards that you also maintain so that we have our food remaining fresh by the time it's getting to whichever part of the world it's going?
The one thing is that during documentation, they have to inform us the temperatures they need the goods to be stored. If it is 2 to 8, we store it in the cold room. We have a big cold room.
Right.
And if it is, it requires normal room temperature, 15 to 25, we shall store it in this area here.
Right.
But then you see we have got lux, we have got what we call ETV, we normally store that there so that it is away out of contamination.
Right.
Yes.
So after here, the next place it goes to, ni kwa ndege ama kuna stage ingine?
Kuna stage ingine tunasema ya build up.
Okay.
Like there's an activity going on there. Which
Can
now,
you see that?
The activity here, which we say is they are building up for the aircraft. Because
so, right there?
Yes, because you see what happens is that we don't just throw it into the aircraft. It has to be put on what we call the ULDs, tied up, if it's a container, well and good. But for that, we do the build-up. Once we do the build-up, again, we shall weigh that unit.
Right.
Once it is weighed, then we store it in what we call the ETV.
Right.
After that, it goes ready for the aircraft.
Right. So this is where the build-up is happening?
This is where the build-up is happening now. And once it is built up, we store it up there until the aircraft now is ready. About 3-4 hours to the departure, we transport it to the aircraft side.
Right.
Yeah.
So ile iko pale juu, imeshapakiwa ready for
that is packed, ready for it to depart to the aircraft.
Right.
Yes.
So haitawekwa hivi makaton venye inakaa hapa?
No. You see, like this unit here, this one is food. Actually, this is food.
All right. Oh.
The one that is below, I mean, the second level, that is actually food waiting for the aircraft.
Right.
It consists of some 95 tons that is going to relief goods.
Right.
Yes.
And what is up there? Ile
those are called containers. Those are called containers.
What do we use them for?
You put the goods inside, and then it interfaces with the aircraft.
Right.
Inside the aircraft, it is loaded on the aircraft.
So even the agricultural produce will be put in
yes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much.
You. Thanks,
I think we have learnt about the process that happens in here before our food gets to the plane and to the different countries that it's going to. Thank you so very much, Mr. Moses, for speaking to us
Thank you
today.
so much.
Asante. All right, there you go. A fantastic conversation we've had with Mr. Moses right here at Michel Fort Air Cargo Terminal with the intention of learning so much about how food and other products leave the country to other international countries and also how other products get into our country. Remember, here on the program, we do everything we can to make sure that you understand the entire value chain, all the way from the propagators to the exporting markets. Thank you for watching our feature. There you go. We always tell you hapa Kenya's Gold hakuna mahali ya tutaenda kuhakikisha that all matters agriculture is well understood by our farmers. Kama ni airport, tunaingia hadi huko ndani kuona how our agricultural produce is exported to the international market. Now we are still here with Martin Makau, a professional kappa. Yeye ndo ana kahawa yako kuhakikisha quality ambayo tunapeleka in the international market is A1. So we are taking our first break now. Naona hata niko na apron yangu pale.
Yes.
Si ndio?
Yes,
I'll be wearing these ones. Ama hata nivae tu size ndo wakikuja.
Yes.
Watupate kama
you are ready.
I'm already dressed up. Si ndio?
Yes.
All right. So we do have our apron here. I'll be tying it just now. So yeah, we come back from this break tuendelee na kazi hapa ya kutaste the quality of our coffee.